Dáme.
It almost looks like wine. It's a little wooden stick. Sorry, I forgot my Swiss pocket knife at home.
Proč?
I don't think they work together.
The end of the and flake loud.
Maybe a couple of...
The end of the world and flake loud.
Maybe a couple of... Perfect!
Wow.
The smell and the consistency are similar to a chateau of 1984. Expired.
Boş konuşmayın.
Who are you? How did you manage to survive the apocalypse? Oh my god. You're a mutant. I know. It's just like Larry said. You're going to eat my brain. Oh no. No. And this is a nightmare. A nightmare, I say. Hey, wait a sec. What's that?
Así.
It's a bottle of wine. Thank God. A bottle has been saved and I got hold of it.
Jasný.
I have to take it to a safe place. It's mine. Give it to me. It's all mine. My precious
Ježiš.
bottle.
That tramp would have won an Oscar. If only he didn't believe in the crazy things he's saying.
Tak to si děláš srandu.
The end of the world. The end is near, and flake cloud.
Yeah.
I need a coin. One of those silly coins that...
Jo. Takže. Tady.
I don't think they work together.
Proč?
I need a coin. One of those silly coins that usually fall in the dark depths of the street grate or stuff like that. I need a coin. Oh, wonderful. I need a coin and my pockets are empty, as usual. Sorry, I forgot my Swiss pocket knife at home.
Proč?
I don't think they work together. Maybe if I try with this. Or I could try with that.
Kde je
No,
zase
sorry,
problém?
I can't do it. I need a coin. One of those silly coins that usually fall in the dark depths of a street grate or stuff like that.
Aha. Ten bych kanál otákel.
It's stuck. There's no way to open it.
Tak něco použijeme.
Maybe if I try with this. Or I could try with that. No, sorry, I can't do it. Maybe if I try with this. Or I could try with that. No, identify it from here. I don't think it'd be wise. I don't think they work together. Maybe if I try with this. Or I could try with that. No, sorry, I can't do it.
Koukám, jestli jste úplně debil. Počkej.
Sorry, I forgot my Swiss pocket knife at home. A magnetic fishing rod.
Hehehe, super.
I'm rich!
Super. A budeme rychle pryč. Jdeme. Zpátky. Tady. Mince. No. Ty vole, konečně.
The curse of the awful ID photos has fallen on me too.
You got the idea?
Here it is.
Great. I'll start working on your passport straight away then.
See you later.
Tak. Oh.
Luckily, I managed to get into the garden through the back without being seen. It didn't take Coletti long to park his guard dogs outside my house. I mustn't let those two bobbies see me. I'll have to think of a way of getting into the house without making them suspicious. It's an old tool shed that George uses to keep his stuff in. There's so many bits and pieces in here that I can't even open the door. Ha! Those look like the gloves our gardener George uses when he works here. They're certainly not the newest gloves I've ever seen, but they could come in handy. They're old and dirty, but I think I'll find a way to use them.
Určitě. Ježíš, to pěkný. Něco strach. Tak.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Locked.
Klasika.
My wonderful climbing roses. Ouch! I can't do that. There are too many thorns.
Vykatna.
The glass door of the balcony is open.
Aha. Možná asi. Ty vole, ty jsi šiklo.
I haven't got much time. I have to find my fake passport, and while I'm here, it would be nice if I found my digital camera too. My father's bedroom. It's a mirror with a frame of the 17th century. This heater is turned off. It's the switcher for the light. No, the policeman would see the light and run inside. One of the many paintings my dad has bought. This is my bedroom. Now I think it would have been better if I hadn't put that cuddly radar wolf in front of the door. I'd better not. The policeman in front of the door could be alerted. Our guest room. Carol keeps it always tidy since that night when Sir Baskerville had to remain here to sleep after having drunk 1 pint too much. A wonderful flower painting of the 18th century. I'm not really an expert of antique furniture.
Next time dostane na kaci. Vidíš, počkej. Aha.
These are the stairs to the attic.
Tam jít nechceš? Dům.
This is where we keep our jackets. It's an ancient golden tray.
Tam něco.
It would be a great idea if my father wasn't so keen of it.
Wow.
This is my dad's private lift. Books, books, and more books. When I was a child, Grandpa always told me not to touch everything I saw.
Yeah, babe.
My favorite couch. During my free time, I lay here in my pajamas for hours and hours. If I remember well, I was here with Jane and Claire last time I used my digital camera. Yes, here it is. This little thing always manages to hide in the most unthinkable places. My budget digital camera. I love plants, if you hadn't noticed. When I was a child, Grandpa always told me not to touch everything I saw. It's a beautiful model of St. Peter's Basilica in Rome. It was Frank's gift for my father's 50th birthday. I'd better not.
Nic zajímavého.
This should be Lucretius, if I'm correct.
Já jsem to vydírala a vím, kde je.
One of the many bookcases full of books that my father loves to read. I'd better not. My father's awful habit, smoking a pipe. No thanks, I don't smoke, and I really hope I'll never start.
Jo, dobře.
Papers, documents, and other stuff. Knowing my father, there could be an original copy of the Magna Charta around here.
Jo,
My fake passport.
kdy přijde?
It's not the Magna Carta, but it'll surely be more useful.
No nevím, že jí mám dát vědět.
Robert's best work.
Že jí mám já dát vědět. Jo.
Welcome back, Kat. I've sorted out your friend's passport, okay? Now he'll be known as Daniel Brown.
Actually, I'd have preferred something a bit more classic, like John Smith or Mr. Johnson.
Jonathan, this is no time to...
The name's Daniel, if you don't mind.
Okay, Daniel. There were only 2 policemen posted outside my house. Getting in through the window was child's play. Coletti must have thought we'd never be so stupid to go back to my father's house. Unfortunately, though, my father has been arrested by Scotland Yard. There are scores of police looking for us everywhere. It's Damien. He's got some news.
Welcome back, you two. I found some interesting things on the parchment.
Have you found something that'll help us frame Coletti?
I'm afraid we're not going to frame Coletti with this information. But at least we're beginning to find out what Frank was working on. This isn't actually a parchment, it's a piece of cloth. It's part of the relic that's kept in Chartres Cathedral. On the night of June 10th, 1194, Chartres Cathedral and the surrounding town were set on fire. Even today, the cause for the fire is still not known. Many historians have put forward theories, and one of these is that it was an extremely secret cell of Cathars who started the fire. So I kept track and discovered that the Cathars were a sect that had a fair amount of support from different social classes, especially the poor at that time. The sect, however, was also supported by some of the middle classes who only sided with the Cathars to oppose the enormous power of the clergy.
I think I've read something about the Cathars in some history book. I was reading it for fun.
The word Cathar appeared for the first time between 1152 and 1156 in the Sermons contra Catharos by Egbert of Schono. Initially, Catharism proliferated in the south of France and subsequently in Roccaviona in northern Italy. The Cathars professed a spiritual belief that was in opposition to that of the church. Catharism didn't accept the authority of the church and took advantage of the general discontent of the population who believed that the church was incoherent and corrupt at that time. Catharism stated that one was responsible for his own salvation through knowledge, morality, and a pure way of life. They believed in the doctrine of reincarnation as well as other similar things. After having tried to make peace with the various sects, the church started a brutal war that led to the elimination of Catharism. Today, many historians believe that in some of the more extreme Cathar factions, the members were forced to give up all their belongings to the leaders of these sects. The followers, in fact, had to renounce all material things because they believed that evil lied in the material goods. Only a few people really know the truth about some extremist Cathar factions. It is believed that they thought they had a legitimate right to put up a violent, armed resistance, and while following these convictions, they fought not only against the Crusades and the Church, but against anything that wasn't in agreement with their beliefs.
So this allowed them to behave any way towards anything. Their doctrines permitted destruction and robbery. Is that right?
That's right, Kat. Their belief that any material thing was intrinsically evil found its focal point in the idea that Christ was an angel, but the human Christ who ended up on the cross was a material being and therefore had to be a demon.
That's certainly an original idea. A complete distortion of the values of good and evil based on the material and the abstract. I must admit that these people are interesting. Above all, this might help us to understand the mysterious rituals that the journalists keep talking about in relation to these recent murders.
Precisely. However, where were we? Yes. That's how the middle classes suddenly found themselves with enormous amounts of money given to them by the followers of the sect. And as if this wasn't enough, the more extreme factions had an army of soldiers ready to kill, destroy or steal to prove that all material possessions were evil. The middle classes had this terrifying weapon pointed straight at the church.
Okay, I'm with you up to now. But why would they have burned down the Cathedral of Chartres? And above all, why would my uncle have had to protect a fragment of the relic?
The presence of these symbols on the cloth makes me think that the whole relic is covered with coded information. This doesn't really surprise me, as it seems that the relic was one of the many treasures of the Knights Templar.
So the Knights Templar are involved in this story too?
Not directly. As you know, the Knights Templar used to hide their secrets using ambigrams the majority of the people couldn't understand. So I believe the Cathars wanted to destroy the relic so that its secret wouldn't be passed on.
The Imago Sanctissimus. That must be the secret.
Let's not jump to conclusions. I haven't found anything that indicates what this Imago Sanctissimus really is, but taking into account what we've just found out, it may be a possible hypothesis. We could try doing some research in a library in London to see if something interesting comes up.
I can take care of that.
It's becoming a bit too dangerous for me and Kat to stay in London, and I don't even know my way around here. While Coletti is around, I'd certainly better not go out shopping. He's the one with the upper hand right now, as he knows more about this than we do, and he won't give up until he's got the contents of that safe deposit box. I can't go to the airport. It'll be crowded with policemen, and they know what I look like.
You're right, Jonathan. You'd better start packing for a lovely trip to Chartres, so you'll be away from London for a while, and you'll also be able to do some research on the relic and the Cathars. Go to this address and say we've sent you. Ask for Alan. He's our night flyer.
Right. Damien, you go to my uncle's house and see if Coletti has left any clues behind or anything else that might be useful. You're the only one of us who isn't wanted, so hopefully the police won't pay any attention to you. Here are the keys.
Right. Everyone agree? Let's keep the communicator switched on and hope that good old Alan will get us 2 tickets for Chartres as soon as possible.
Aren't you coming with us?
No, I'll be of more use here in London while you're in France.
Good luck.
Wow. 2, 3. Ježišmarja.